A deer is standing in a clearing, head down, eating quietly. The wind is calm. Nothing is chasing it. Nothing is making a sound. Then it sees you. You are not running. You are not growling. You are not even moving toward it very quickly. Maybe you are just standing there on a trail, holding a phone, doing absolutely nothing that feels violent to you. And still, the deer bolts. A bird explodes out of a tree the moment you get too close. A rabbit vanishes into cover. A fox stops, stares for half a second, and disappears into the dark, again and again. Across forests, fields, mountains, coastlines, and deserts, wild animals react to us with the same basic decision: get away from the human. And that raises a strange question. Do wild animals actually think humans are predators? At first, the answer feels obvious. Of course they do. Why else would they run? But the deeper scientists look at fear in wild animals, the stranger the picture becomes. Because animals may not need to know what a human is in the way we know what a wolf or lion is. They may not sit there and think, predator, the way we would name it. But their bodies can still react to us as if we are one of the most dangerous things in their world. And maybe something even worse. Because a wild animal does not need to know that humans are predators. It only needs a nervous system old enough to treat us like one. To understand this, start with the most basic fact of life in the wild. Survival is mostly a game of prediction. Every animal is constantly reading the world for patterns. Speed, direction, distance, eye contact, sound, body posture. Whether something is approaching directly or passing by. Whether it noticed you. Whether it changed its path because of you. A wild animal cannot afford to wait for certainty. If it waits until danger is fully obvious, it may already be dead. So evolution built something faster than thought. A threat assessment system. A set of ancient shortcuts. If this shape moves this way, run. If those eyes lock onto you, freeze. If that distance closes too quickly, get out now. Fear is not a philosophical opinion. It is a survival shortcut written into the body. That is why an animal can react to you long before it has any chance of understanding you. It is not solving a riddle about your intentions. It is making the fastest calculation it can, stay or leave. And for many wild animals, humans produce a very bad answer. Part of that is simple size and posture. Humans are tall. We walk upright. We look directly at things. We move in straight lines. Predators often orient toward a target. They close distance. They focus attention. And many prey species are extremely sensitive to exactly those signals. Even eye contact matters. For a human, looking at an animal may feel like curiosity. For the animal, being watched can feel like the beginning of a hunt. Approach matters too. If you walk straight toward a wild animal, even slowly, you are not just getting closer. In the animal's nervous system, you may be triggering a threat pattern millions of years old. And then there is the part that makes humans unusual. We do not hunt like normal predators. A wolf has teeth, a hawk has talons, a snake has a strike range. These are readable dangers. They follow rules shaped by animal bodies. But humans are different. We throw things, we trap, we use tools, we kill from a distance. We appear harmless until suddenly we are not. We feed animals in one moment and shoot them in another. We build roads through migration routes. We make noise, then go silent. We smell strange. We move strangely. We do things that no other animal in nature does. And that unpredictability matters. Because maybe wild animals do not fear us because we look exactly like predators. Maybe they fear us because we do not follow predator rules. That is where this question changes. A lion is dangerous. A wolf is dangerous. But in a way, they are understandable dangerous. A wild animal evolved in worlds shaped by other animals. It has a long history with claws, ambushes, chases, bites, and pounces. Even when those encounters are deadly, they belong to a recognizable system. Humans break that system. We can harm without chasing. We can kill without touching. We can appear calm while carrying danger the animal cannot detect. We alter whole landscapes. We return in vehicles. We come back in groups. We set traps and leave. We poison water, cut forests, build fences, and then stand there smiling as if we are not part of the threat at all. To many wild animals, that may make us less like a normal predator and more like a category their bodies treat as extreme risk. And the evidence for that is everywhere. Prey animals often flee from humans at greater distances than they flee from many other species. Birds that tolerate grazing animals may erupt into flight when a person approaches. Deer in hunting areas become hyper-alert to human scent, sound, and movement. Even when a particular human has never hurt them, the animal still reacts as though staying calm would be a terrible bet. That reaction can be learned. Young animals absolutely pick up danger cues from experience, from failed encounters, from parents, from the behavior of the group. But learning is only part of the story. There also appears to be something deeper, a built-in readiness to treat certain signals as dangerous before experience can fully teach the lesson. A bird does not need a lecture to know that being approached is risky. A rabbit does not need a theory of human violence. Its body already knows enough. And once animals do gain experience with humans, that fear can become even sharper. In places where animals are hunted, they often become more nocturnal, more secretive, and harder to approach. They shift feeding times, change routes, avoid open ground, avoid roads, avoid human scent. In effect, human presence reshapes their entire map of safety. This is sometimes called a landscape of fear, and humans create one of the strongest landscapes of fear on Earth. Not just for prey either. This is one of the strangest parts of the whole question. It is not only small, vulnerable animals that avoid us. Even powerful predators often do. Wolves change their movements around roads and settlements. Big cats become more nocturnal near people. Bears that could easily overpower a human often avoid direct encounters whenever possible. Entire species adjust where they travel, when they hunt, and how openly they move because humans are nearby. Think about how strange that is. An apex predator may be stronger than us, faster than us, better armed than us in every natural sense. And still, it often treats us like trouble. Not because we are physically more impressive than a tiger, a bear, or a pack of wolves, but because human danger is different. We are not simply another animal in the food chain. We are an ecological force, a moving uncertainty, a threat that does not behave by the old rules. And over time, nature learns that. But there is an important scientific boundary here. Fear does not prove understanding. A wild animal avoiding a human does not mean it is thinking, that is a predator, in the same conceptual way a human might think, that is a shark. We cannot climb inside the mind of a deer and inspect the image it has of us. We cannot ask a monkey whether humans belong in the same mental category as leopards. We cannot know whether a wolf experiences a human as predator, rival, anomaly, or simply danger. Behavior tells us what the animal does. It does not fully reveal what the animal believes. And that matters, because words like predator carry human meaning. To us, a predator is a specific kind of hunter, but an animal's fear system may not care about such neat definitions. It may be using a simpler and much more brutal rule. Can this thing kill me? If the answer might be yes, leave. That rule is enough to produce the behavior we see. And it also explains something else you may have noticed. Not all wild animals fear humans equally. Some flee instantly. Some freeze. Some watch from a distance. Some urban animals seem almost relaxed around people. Pigeons in cities walk between our feet. Urban foxes move through neighborhoods. Monkeys in tourist areas sometimes approach humans boldly. Some birds nest near people. Some predators even learn that human spaces can offer food while reducing risk from larger predators. So does that mean those animals no longer see us as dangerous? Not exactly. It may simply mean the cost-benefit calculation changed. In the wild, fear is never free. Running burns energy. Staying hidden costs feeding time. Avoiding every possible danger all day can become its own form of risk. So animals constantly balance caution against opportunity. If humans become common, predictable, and mostly non-lethal in one environment, some species adjust. Their fear threshold moves. Their flight distance shrinks. Their behavior becomes bolder. But even that does not mean the old alarm disappeared. It means the animal learned a new pattern. Humans in this place, at this distance, in this context, are usually tolerable. Change the context, and the old fear can come roaring back. A city fox that ignores pedestrians may still panic if cornered. A deer near a park may tolerate distant people, but bolt the moment someone moves directly toward it. A monkey that steals food from tourists may still react violently or defensively when a human does something unexpected. The fear system was not erased, it was negotiated with. And that brings us to the most honest answer. Do wild animals think humans are predators? Probably not in the clean, human dictionary sense. They may not classify us as just another hunting animal. They may not imagine us as lions with no fur. They may not understand what we are at all. But many wild animals do seem to treat humans as predator-like threats, or at least as high-risk dangerous beings, because the safest assumption in nature is not to wait and find out. And in some cases, they may treat us as worse than ordinary predators, because humans combine direct danger, unpredictability, distance killing, habitat disruption, and historical pressure in a way few other species can match. So the next time a bird takes off the moment you get too close, or a deer vanishes into the trees after one glance, remember what is really happening. The animal is not insulting you, it is not being irrational, it is not overreacting. It is doing what life has taught nervous systems to do when something tall, focused, unpredictable, and potentially lethal enters the scene. Leave first, survive first, understand later. And maybe that is the strangest part of all. Most humans no longer feel like predators. We take photos, we go hiking, we rescue animals, we donate to conservation. We tell ourselves we are separate from the violence of the wild. But the rest of nature may not fully agree. To many wild animals, we still carry the shape of danger. And if wild animals treat humans as danger by default, then one question becomes even stranger. What happens when the danger walks closer not to kill them, but to save them? That is where this story goes next.